happy Wednesday, December 4th. I'm just heading out to the hairdressers. I go with my hair wet. They discontinued the shampoo that I love, so I bought everything I could find. So I just go with freshly washed hair and she cuts and blow dries it for me. And then I got a couple errands to do. I got to go to the store and sort a situation out, and then a quick run through Costco, which will hopefully not take me too long, and then back home. I was up at 6 this morning and got up out of bed. I was having technical issues yesterday with the editing app that I use to edit and convert the files before I can send them to YouTube. So they're taking a really long time. So when I went to bed last night, the Vlogmas episode from yesterday, December 3rd, wasn't converted yet. So I got up this morning early. It still wasn't converted after 10 hours, but then it magically did its thing and I got it up to YouTube. The podcast, I'm going to wait till go tonight or tomorrow morning. We shall see how that editing goes today. Not editing. I got to just upload it to YouTube and get all the notes and stuff in, but I must get on the road. I'm taking Brad's truck today for my errands. Wah, wah. He's got to go get new tires on my car, winter tires. So it is freezing out there this morning. I think the last time I looked it was -12. So I have a DK woolly jumper on. This is my field sweater by Camilla Vad, and I've got a shawl back there. I can't remember what it's called. I'll look it up and put it on the screen for you. Might even show it to you later, and we'll talk when I'm out and about, I guess. All right, hair is done. Trims, my bangs aren't in my eyes anymore. Hair in my mouth. I'm just off to the store to deal with what's going on there, and then some groceries, and then home to get some more bits and bobs done. I'm back to work tomorrow, so got to get everything organized today for the rest of the week. So I will see you in a bit. Should I make some knitted baubles for the tree? No, I should not. It actually wasn't that bad. I am back home. Shopping's put away. I didn't have too much to do. We haven't actually made our Christmas food list yet, so Brad and I have to get around to doing that and figure out the number of days we're going to have people and all the food and stuff we need for that. I was supposed to go and pick up beer. One of the guys who works for me, it's his favorite thing. I always get him a really nice mixed pack of indie small craft brewery beers and international stuff, and that's his Christmas gift, part of his Christmas gift. I meant to do that today and I forgot. Maybe tomorrow. I was going to come and show you this shawl, which I love. Like most of us, you've probably got a lot of shawls. I knit a lot of shawls. This was 2016, I do believe. It's called Heaven, Earth, Sky. It was a Vikings, the TV show Vikings. It was a mystery knit along to go along with that show. So there's stuff about, it was the plowing of the fields and the waves, and there was all kinds of meaning behind every section. And it's got beads on there. I just love the colors of this. The contrast, this one with all the colors in it, it's one of my favorites. So yeah, I said I don't knit them anymore and I don't wear them a ton, but every now and again I just need a little something around my neck. And this morning it was minus 12 or 13 when we got up, and by the time I left the house, it was still, I think, minus 8. So this was nice to have around my neck. Sorry if you hear any ambient noise. Brad and a buddy are up on the roof. They've got to take off some things that are up on the roof before the roofers come tomorrow. It is forecast rain and snow. I've confirmed with the roofing company that they are still coming, and they say that they are. Hopefully they do, because these things he's taking off the roof are going to leave holes in our roof. Oh, yay! The other thing I thought I would show you is these socks. I don't think I've talked about them here necessarily, but you will have seen them in the screenshot of the podcast that I was doing yesterday, the thumbnail, and I posted on Instagram about them today. This is the pattern work I was doing yesterday. This is socks that I cast on while I was in England. It was actually this pair with the blue, and the natural color is sparkle, which camera sometimes picks up and sometimes doesn't. Looks like today's gonna be it doesn't. It's a top down heel flapping gusset, my rounded toe with this really fun striping pattern with slip stitches and a little cable action to flip those stitches around. So the blue one isn't quite right. The cuff is a little different now. So this is the actual design I did in the cranberry, the frosted cranberry. I cast this on the airplane going over to England. So I was just playing around and I liked the look of it. So I knit the second one exactly the same while I was away. I came home to write it and realized I had a problem. It was fine. It was just a little unwieldy and a little more complicated than I needed it to be. So I just simplified it with this cuff leading into the pattern. So these are going to be for sale Thursday, December 5th. I've decided they're going to be a fundraiser for my local food bank, because this time of year, just to help families hopefully be able to afford something special at Christmas, or at least get their basics. So yeah, I just thought I would show them here because I realized that I hadn't. I've got a few Christmassy things, little decor things to do around the house this afternoon. I've got a little more prep for these patterns, and I think I probably need to stop talking to you because they're going to be making this noise for a little while. So I'm going to sign off, but I'm going to take you to my kitchen and show you a little stitching project that I had done many years ago, but it's seasonal, and I'm ready to change over to my winter Christmas one. Kitchen wall by my island, which is full of stuff. I've got the knife block here. I'm just going to move it out of the way. I've got this cross stitch hiding the old phone jack that we don't want to get rid of because you never know. And it's just a little seasonal cross stitch mandala piece that I just have sitting here, and I switch it out seasonally. So this is still the autumn one. I figured I would show you all of the different ones that I have, the other 3 that I have, and we'll put the Christmas one up. So I have spring, summer, fall I just showed you in the kitchen, and this is the winter one with mittens and icy things and snowflakes. I just pulled it out, and this one's got something on it. Not sure what that is. That'll need some gentle care, but that's not until the summer, so we'll worry about that later. I love them. They have all little hidden things. This one's got Easter eggs and dragonflies for the spring. This one's got ice cream cones in the corner for summer with the sunflowers and the fun, more vibrant colors. Yeah, I love this set. I did this years ago, but I really, really like them. So let's get this one up. The next thing I want to do is get this out and make sure it still works. This is from the 80s. After we moved to Canada, my mom got this at, if you're in Canada, White Rose was a craft supply store prior to Michael's. They went out of business, I think, in the 90s. So let's get this unpacked. And it's one of Sam's favorite things. Drives all the rest of us mad, but she loves it, so I'm going to put it out on the dining room table. Looks like I might need some new batteries because those skaters look drunk. The magnets aren't moving around properly, I don't think. But the light's on. And then to wrap up our festive things today, I change out my Welsh dresser seasonally with stitch embroidery cross stitch that I've done years ago. I love doing it. I always talk about doing more, but I never get around to it. So fun gingerbread house here. Just a cute little mini there that I just glued. I got this at a thrift store and it has a saying underneath. I just glued my stitch work on top of it. Oh, my birth plate. I also have on the dresser, I keep these up all year, is my Sweet Pea Royal Doulton set for my birthday. But we got a little snowman up there as well. Couldn't reach, I had to move to the other side. This was my little teacups, my Sweet Pea teacups. This one with the snowman stays up all winter. The rest, well, I shouldn't say that. The snowman stays up for the winter as well. The other ones come down. And then don't get your tinsel in a tangle. I believe that's a Lizzie Kate if you were in the cross stitch world. So just little precious things on there. But it's been Christmas-fied as well. Oh, you can see the tripod. Let's just turn that around a little bit. So yeah, now I'm going to sit and chill for an hour or so, crocheting those minis into my granny wrap and just chill out for a little bit. And then I got to make my craft room even uglier than it is already because they're coming in tomorrow and they've got to get ladders and there's going to be men in boots, snowy boots and stuff in my room. So I just want to get everything, as much as I can, out of the way. Yeah, the stuff that's on the bed can stay. I might end up putting more stuff up on the bed just to get it up off the floor. I just don't want them to step on anything they shouldn't. I just need to get as much as I can out of the way, but I need to have a little break before I tackle that. All right. I'm going to wind up those minis and then I will show you what I get up to in about an hour. Oh, and I'm going to watch some Vlogmases. I'm so behind already. Can't wait. So I've had my nice little sit down. I only got one of the minis put in. I caught up with my lovely friend Amanda, sweet skein of mine, and then I remembered I need to top up the granola jar. So I've been making a protein granola and I will link the recipe below, but I will show you what I'm going to do. So this is what I've got out. Olive oil, a maple syrup for the liquid, a little bit of cinnamon. I'll put a pinch of salt in, which I don't have. It's over on the other side. I've got some vanilla protein powder, pumpkin seeds, flaxseed meal, chia seeds. The recipe doesn't call for that, but I put them in anyway, and some walnuts. I'm gonna rough chop these walnuts because they're pretty big. And the most important part, I forgot the oats. Okay, so Now I'm going to take lovely Gaina into my craft room with me to keep me company while I make my craft room an even bigger mess, because I have to empty out the closet completely now and get things away from the closet so they can get their ladders in there tomorrow for the roof, new roof. So wish me luck. More computer work this afternoon. I'm just getting the podcast ready to click publish tomorrow morning. And so that's all set to go. And I think the pattern is all set to go. So I think I'm in good shape. Granola is just coming out of the oven in a little bit, and then I'll let it cool and pop it into the jar. I got to make some cottage cheese flatbread wraps to go with our fajitas tonight. And then I think I quit. I'm going to, what time is it? It's 10 after 4. So I'm going to sit and do a bit more crochet and perhaps put my stripe into my Woolens and Nosh sock. Yeah, I'll check in with you a little later. I'm going to try and shut this down a little earlier tonight. As I said, I've been having problems with my editing software. So I'm going to stop a little earlier tonight so that I can get the editing done hopefully smoothly and get it uploaded and out at a more reasonable time. Wish me luck. The granola is all baked and I just need to put it as much as I can into that jar. I took the old stuff and just put it into Tupperware, so I'll just put the new stuff in the jar and then whatever else doesn't fit I'll just throw in the Tupperware with the old stuff and just mix it up. I forgot to put the cinnamon in the last batch. I put cinnamon in this one, so Brad has already taste tested it and tells me it tastes yummy. So let's see how much of a mess I can make trying to get this granola into that jar. So I got a full jar, and then this has the leftovers, which are a little dark. I think I overcooked that first batch, not knowing. And then I put the fresh stuff on top. So yeah, this is only my second time making it, but really enjoyed sprinkling it on yogurt and just having as a bit of a snack with some dark chocolate if we have some munchies. So I'm just going to wipe up my mess because of course I got some on the counter. Wash some dishes. Oh, I've got to get some of the cottage cheese bread on. I haven't done that yet. So stay tuned. That's coming. Okay, so this is a recipe I got online. We're trying to get away from flour for various reasons. So I found this recipe online. It's a flatbread using cottage cheese, eggs, and any seasoning you like. I usually do a little bit of oregano and a little bit of garlic powder. Oh, hang on. I forgot the garlic powder. We are having fajitas tonight, and I just thought a little flatbread would be nice because we aren't doing tortillas at the minute. So this is super quick. It's basically, this is the ingredients, and you blitz it in your blender till it's smooth. Pour it onto a cookie sheet that's been lined with parchment, which I'm just going to grab right now. So this is a Jamie Oliver trick. I'm sure you probably already know this, but if you scrumple it up, he makes his wet. I don't usually bother with that because that is enough for me to be able to get it to stay in the pan. There, parchment paper lined. Let me grab a measuring cup for the cottage cheese. Was in the dishwasher from doing the granola, and now my glasses are all fogged up. All right, so for the size I want, it's 2 eggs and 1 cup of cottage cheese. I'm not a fan of cottage cheese, but if it's because of the texture, but if it's blitzed up, I'm okay with it. Give it a sprinkles of oregano, and I'm just going to take a pinch of the garlic powder. And that's it. So let's turn you around. We'll move you over to the blender. So I'm going to start it at a lower speed and then speed up as we go, but I'm going to turn this on mute so you aren't deafened by the sound of the blender. Just grabbed a spatula so I can scrape it all out. And yeah, here we go. Just going to give it a bit more time. It's still got some chunks in there. That should be good. This recipe says to add salt, but I don't. I added salt the first time and it was way too salty. I find the cottage cheese is salty enough for this. So we're going for quite a thin bread, a flatbread. So it seems like there's not enough to fill the tray, but by the time I spread it out a little bit, I'm just getting all the bits out the bottom. And then it bakes at 350 degrees for almost 40 minutes. Let cool completely before you take it off the parchment. That's it. Just waiting for that oven to finish preheating and I will pop it in. So this is the flatbread out of the oven. It just peels off the parchment. Yeah, and it's quite good. The texture is surprisingly good. Brad's just frying up the peppers and onions. Chicken's already done. I now have to grate a little bit of cheese, get the guacamole and the salsa and the sour cream out of the fridge, and supper will be served. I'm going to say goodnight to you now. We're going to have dinner and hunker down, and like I said, hopefully my editing woes will be easier tonight, and I will see you tomorrow for day 5 and a work day. So I just thought I'd give you a quick update. This is the only crafting I have done today. I still have, this is the second mini. So this was the first mini, this fun kind of rainbow unicorny kind of vibe it gave me. And I'm just working on the green, the dark green. I didn't touch my sock. And yeah, that's all the crafting I've done. I haven't mentioned this to you face to face, and you're not looking at my face, but I have decided to back out of the mitten MCAL because I'm just not going to have time to do it. So I'm going to get this finished putting in. I'm going to do the stripe on my Woolens and Nosh stripy sock after I finish the editing on this, and then hopefully some spinning of the lovely pixie yarn fiber. I have it sitting beside me. And I'd like to play with some fluff tonight. All right, I will see you tomorrow for December 5th.